Good afternoon, everyone. If you see what the change has occurred during the decades, this time when the COVID occurred here in the March, in the last week of the March, lockdown was declared. But even in the February, this spinal foundation wrote a letter to the government that the persons with the spinal injury should be considered as the most vulnerable and they should be kept in that category. This is a change which we have seen in decades. The sorry, the awareness of the people and the government's concern. And in April itself, the Department of the Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities, Ministry of Social Justice, they issued guidelines. The second important thing is that this National Disaster Act under Act this been covered under the national disaster. And the ministry has notified that these state commissioners are the state representative under this disaster, and the district officers are the district representative. So this is a change because of the various legislations and the government. If you see the change, what the change, major change in the disability rehabilitation and SCI in particular, if you go back in 1981 when International Year for Disabled Persons, and it was followed by the Landmark Act, that is the PWD Act in 1995, and subsequently 2016. If we go back about these spinal cord injury patients, when we were the students in 80s, we in Lucknow, there are very few centers where the spinal cord injury cases were being dealt. And here in the Lucknow, we have in KG Medical College, where we have a acute traumatic paraplegia unit having 50 beds, that time in the 70s and 80s. And we have a 50-bedded spinal cord injury rehabilitation center in the limb center, in rehabilitation and artificial limb center. So that was the condition, and very few centers in the country that time they are working, like in CMC, Vellore, the very few centers. But if you see today, the facilities are much more, and we are passing hours and hours in managing the spinal cord injury units just for the dressings. It was all foul-smelling wards, and patients were coming with the big bed sores, pressure sores in the sacral areas, at the trochanteric areas, at the heels, big sores. Those who are of our generation, they must be remembering those days. That time the only concern was how we can prevent that. So I was talking about what change we have noted now. Now, if you go in the spinal cord injury wards, the situation is much different, much different now. If we go about this, what was the then decades back and now, the change in incidence and prevalence, what are the factors, causative factors? They are almost same which were there. Of course, with the changing time, these factors are changing. Clinical presentation. Yes, this is true that now cases with spinal injury are coming with the primary injuries. Earlier, it was the secondary injuries were very common. Therefore, we are getting more of cases of the complete nature, unstable and complete spinal injury cases. And patients earlier were getting with the bed sores infections and all these problems. Now this is with the improvement of the medical conditions, antibiotic sterilizations, all these have contributed, and now things are much manageable. The products are also better. Earlier we were the catheters, the quality was not good, so UTI was very common, which is not so common now. The life expectancy. Earlier, we were not getting the cases of 40, 50, 60 years. Most of the cases, they were coming young, and we don't know where they were lost. Probably they were because of infections. Most of them were died after a few years. But now we can see easily people in all sphere of their life. That is very common. If you go any flight, you will get a few people with the wheelchair. The treatment resources, that was the infrastructure was limited, as facilities were not available to deal with these cases. And the access was also very important. That time, the access for these spinal cord injured, even those who were affordable, who can afford the treatment, the facilities were not available. The rehabilitation resources, there was constraints both in terms of physical resources the social resources and the inclusion, socio-economic. It was only the leisure activities or some occasional training was being given. They were not thinking of going in the mainstream that time. The major change which has been noted, this is because of the policy supports. And this all came because of the international commitment of our country, that is the United Nations. If you go and see that in around 80s, all these national institutes were established, and especially this NIUH and NIRTA, they were dealing with the spinal cord injured patients. I remember in even the late 90s, in around 2000, we have 5-bedded ward in the NIUH where we are dealing with the spinal cord injury patients, and subsequently more and more patients were coming. So we had expanded these things. We introduced the urodynamics that time. We introduced good orthotic services, and even that time, the main focus was on the joystick with the wheelchair, motorized wheelchair. That was the demand. Now it's a common entity and it's available. The another change in the spinal cord injury is because of this ADP scheme. Because under ADP scheme of the ministry, the wheelchairs were easily available and provided. So they came out, and with the improved infrastructures, with the road conditions, with the household conditions, the things have changed. The dealing with the persons with disability is also at the government level that has changed, because earlier it was one small section in the Ministry of Welfare which subsequently came into the full-fledged ministry, and even the minister in the disability welfare, separate minister, was there for some time. Now there is a full-fledged department in the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. The biggest change is because of this policy, and that was PWD Act earlier, and now it is the RPWD Act in 2016. The earlier problem, which were the main cause of the death in the spinal cord injured, which has improved now and which has changed because of the better antibiotics and better understanding of neurology as well as the brain functioning. In 80s, if we see the traumatic paralysis unit in the KGMC was there, long-term immobilization, we were seeing the patients on the tractions, and these cases were lying for the months together. The positioning was all this because of just too early changing and purpose was to stabilize the fracture. Bed sores and infections were prevalent, and all the time was being used in the management of these things. The concern was the longevity of the life. But if you come in the 90s, the things have changed with the policy frameworks, that wheelchair was made available. Therefore, the visibility also came out. Act came during this time. So these equal opportunities, full participation and protection of rights. So these persons were given their due shares in that. In 90s, there was also the CBR, community-based rehabilitation, was emphasized. And you can imagine the situation that wheelchair, some people remember that Dr. Banerjee in Allahabad, he was developing a bamboo wheelchair. That was the status of the wheelchair at that times. If you go in the 21st century, there is all-round improvement. But if you see the medical and surgical treatment has improved tremendously. This PMR also, that interventional physiatry has started. The sufferings because of pain, etc., has now been checked. Transport has improved, and the major change in the management of spinal cord injury, we feel that it is because of National Health Mission. And under National Health Mission, this ambulance service is available. So many a times the cases of spinal injury, they reach to the hospital very early, and surgical intervention has also changed their lives in the improvement and dealing with them. The cutting edge research, now stem cell, neural regeneration, these are coming up, and earlier which was the no treatment to the care, and now to the cure. The newer technology, the normal technology which is available for others, it is just a luxury, which is a basic necessity in case of spinal cord injured patients. Like this mobile phone technology, which may be a luxury or maybe they are facilitating the life, but this is a necessary for the spinal cord injured. The technology like artificial intelligence, robotics, and nanotechnology, they are coming forward to change the lives of spinal cord injured persons. Yes, today it is also that Dr. Balu Sankaran, basically he is orthopedician, but he contributed a lot in the area of rehabilitation, and he only established that Alimco Kanpur, which has made a significant change in the mobility of these disabled persons. And here Dr. Sundan Bhattacharya is here. Probably he has developed the concept of community-based rehabilitation, and in the rural areas, he reached to spinal cord injured persons. And still that CMC Vellore is doing the same. If you see that in the corporate sectors, it is the first major change came with the establishment of Indian Spinal Injury Centers, that Major Aluwalia, and where the modern care and rehabilitation services were established in the 90s with its 5 satellite centers. That was the Indo-Italian project. If you see that in the recent years, in the last decade or so, the private dedicated spinal cord injury centers that were established at Patna in nursing home of the Captain Jha, and there is one center in the private sector that is Dr. Ghosh, he established for the spinal cord injured care services. In the corporate sectors, it is the Kokilaben Hospital where Dr. Abhishek is there, is doing wonderful work. These are the changes. What are the change contributors in the decades, for 4 or 5 decades? What has contributed in the changing scenario of a spinal cord injury management? It is the international commitments, our international commitment in the United Nations that has probably pressurized us. Approach from treatment medical to the comprehensive rehabilitation. Then with the census in 81 census and onwards, the number came out. Of course, there was no separate registry for the spinal cord injured in the country, but overall numbers of the high support need or severe disability that came and that given some emphasis. The resources were developed mainly with the National Health Mission. If you see the medical colleges, All India institutes have been established in the under National Health Mission and Prime Minister Yojana, so the services have tremendously increased, and Department of PMR has also been now not a mandatory, but many of the new colleges, government colleges, at least they are establishing it. The improved health infrastructure, the National Ambulance Service and PMR, they have contributed significantly in changing the scenario for spinal cord injury rehabilitation. Awareness has played a significant role. Information technology, media, and overall improved education in the society that has also changed the behavior toward the disabled persons, their family members, and society as a whole. Visibility, their mobility. When they came in the society, they came outward. Then they became visible, and this visibility, EDIP has contributed significantly in moving the persons out of the home. Technology interventions like tricycle with the joysticks, wheelchair, with sensor-based technology, artificial intelligence, robotic, and these have changed. Above all, I feel that it is the overall wealth, it is the nutrition status and education which has changed the scenario in the disability rehabilitation over the decades now. Now, the spinal cord injury management is a medical specialized and multidisciplinary approach. It is a comprehensive rehabilitation oriented. It is not only the medical treatment, but it is the overall comprehensive rehabilitation. And multiple specialties now they are also taking interest in the research in this spinal cord regeneration, etc. Now the things have changed from the rights, from reservation. Earlier it was the favor, it was the reservation which was being asked. Now it is we are talking of the rights and equal rights for the others. The service standards are changing. Now we are looking for the international service standards, and they are available also. Now it is the ailment is not only to be cared, treated, it is to be cured now. Now the demand is for the cure and not the care. Empathy is needed, not sympathy. They need access to education, access to society, access to economic contribution, access to every sphere of the life. And the future of spinal cord injury is a pure that is, and we are hopeful because of cord regenerations or the neural regenerations are being researched, And this cutting edge technology, this research is going on. In the technology, artificial intelligence, sensor and nanotechnology robotics is expected to change the whole scenario, and time is not ahead. We expect that in our life itself, we can see the regeneration of the spinal cords, and spinal cord injury problems will be over. Today it is 5th September. It is also Teachers' Day. To my all regards to my teachers. It is also a birthday for the spinal cord injury. My best wishes for the life ahead and to overcome this difficult time of COVID-19. I really thank Dr. Amit and team for taking this initiative and gave an opportunity to see my colleagues, my senior here, Professor Bhattacharya is here, Dr. Wadhwa is here, whom we have not met for a long time, but this is an opportunity which you can see over the computer itself. Thank you very much.